Thus, the red and black fog that embodied the eternal night vanished in an instant. The world lit up with the light of faith, and a sacred silence filled the air from horizon to horizon. In the midst of the pure white, the chorus resounded. I am Marco Polo, the Apostle. O army of God, heed my command. Smite this evil with your blade. Marco Polo, I'm in position! Holy moly, the fighting here is so intense. It's the kingdom of God, that's the army of God. It's such a good inspo, I gotta draw this right now. Can't kiss harbingers, go forth! Save your drawing for after we've won. The Holy Sea Guard fleet has arrived. Reinforcements, Your Grace. Excellent timing. Are the nodes done being changed? About half of the nodes suffered damage and cannot be repaired. Besides those, all others have converted and connected to the lattice of God's light. Magnificent. I'll give you a small boost before you go in. There. Now go. Crush them until there's nothing left. Marco Polo commanding from atop her throne, the offense struck like an unstoppable tsunami. The Mech Arbiter's barrier was completely destroyed after a coordinated volley, so the ship girls mercilessly bombarded its exposed armor with their cannons. Phew, we finally broke through that stupidly thick barrier. Now to pierce the armor, continue the attack, strip away everything it has! Now, in the endless expanse of white, I watched the barrier disintegrate. I watched as the barrier disintegrates through the statue's eyes. A strange light flashes in the statue's eyes. Then, the next moment, both it and I are sucked into a vortex that appeared out of nowhere. Sigh. The vision returns to me. I find myself looking at the Siren mainframe. Beneath a false sky and a hollow sea, the city of steel towers silently. The statues don't say a word, but does envelop me in pure white and carry me through the city. Pass by a nameless street, cross through a plaza, and stake through an alleyway before finally arriving at the colossal tower in the center. Still encased in the whiteness, I'm escorted up several stories of the structure. Then we stop inside a hall. There, a hologram of Mech Arbiter Chariot 7 stands silently. At the same time, I realized there was a panel hosting hundreds of buttons not far from the hologram. Oh my god, is that the panel for the security system that Chariot created? I approach to get a closer look. The buttons are labeled 1 through 255, and the panel looks almost antiquated compared to its surroundings. It stands out. Yep, this is it. These 255 buttons must be sub-options for the security system the Chariot said she installed. And beyond those, next to the smaller buttons, in a clearly sectioned off area, there sits a single red button. Looking closely, I can see small writing on it. Security system emergency shutdown button. Do not press outside of emergencies. If the team manages to strip the Mech Arbiter of its barrier, that alone won't be enough to defeat it. To do that, it has to be weakened sufficiently for you to interfere with it. Basically, if I understand correctly, you want me to push this button, right? Despite not receiving an answer, I can intuit what the statue wants. lights in the hall go out one by one, and the hologram of the mech arbiter also gradually grows fainter before disappearing altogether. Yeah, that should do it. The communicator's ringing. So I'm not pressing the answer button on it. My communicator keeps ringing for a while, then automatically connects. Huh? Why'd you push that button? What did you screw up this time, Hierophants? Hi, Chariot. Dizzying wave washes over me, painting everything in a pure white color again. In the endless expanse of white, the statue and I stare at one another. A color. That was Hierophant herself, wasn't it? The statue was a silent husband the whole time. And yet, it looks like there's a little more life inside of it. Right as that thought forms, the white space collapses in but the blink of an eye. Meanwhile, the Sardidians were celebrating with vigor. We did it! We did it! We won! They stood in front of the wreckage of the mech arbiter. Everyone was cheering, hooting, and hollering. Target has been completely destroyed. Mission complete. I can't believe the barrier was that strong, but it was so squishy underneath. This was a paper tiger after all. It was nerve-wracking, but we succeeded in the end. We actually won? I'm not dreaming here, am I? You aren't. I'm hearing good news from all over the league. All the Siren forces fell silent practically the moment that the mech arbiter's been defeated. Victory is undoubtedly ours. The cage has been broken. We've finally done it. From now on, we can race across the sea free and unrestrained. By the way, Marco Polo, what will you do with the Kingdom of God? Put your concerns to rest. Now that the threat has passed, it's obvious what I'm going to do with it. The aftermath and changes is to come after this battle can be discussed once we've had our celebration. Now that the string pullers of the world's fate have been defeated, I'm sure that just by talking it out, we can reach an agreement that sits right with everyone. Marco Polo suddenly saw mid-sentence, and a puzzling light flashed in her eyes. Grace? Sorry, the plan was changed. God is calling for me, so now it's up to you to discuss this salutary breakaway amongst yourselves. What? Are you serious? You'll always be our one and only apostle, your Grace. Forever! I'll create a masterpiece for us all to remember you by. Enough with the histrionics. Sure, I said that I'm going to perish, but that is not the case. Huh? You mean you're giving up the ghost? Obviously not. Cast your mind back to my anointment ceremony. You do remember I'm not from this world, yes? I'm simply going back once I came. Oh. So you weren't joking about that. Of course I wasn't! There, I clarified. Now stop making that face at me. It's not like I'm never coming back. You better paint the masterpiece for me. I want to see it one day. Yeah, I promise I will. I never expected that our farewell would come this abruptly. You came to us so suddenly, and now you leave so equally suddenly, like a gust of wind. Sorry, that's just how I operate. Like a gust of wind? She carried you where you must be. Now then, I entrust the aftermath to you. Don't worry, it's in safe hands. We'll work with the Ecclesia and restore order to the Sardinia League, and then we will move towards a free and beautiful future together. I look forward to seeing that. Now, it's time for me to leave. With a slightly pained look in her eyes, Marco Polo bid farewell to her friends. Until we meet again! Marco Polo closed her eyes and silently lay down in the water. A fading light illuminated her face, calm and serene, like she was dreaming a wonderful dream. From up on her eyes, she silently gazed down at herself, sleeping soundly and surrounded by everyone she knew. A smile formed on her lips, and she finally turned around and left. Although Marco Polo the ship girl may have left the Sardinia League, Marco Polo the Apostle will forever be with them. Paradiso of Sheckled Light. The end. We'll be back tomorrow.